going to be a love reading for the sign of Aries. And this is a general love reading, so it won't resonate with everybody. So take what you need and leave the rest. Sorry about the delay on the love readings lately. Things have been a little hectic, but I'm trying to get these out for you guys as quickly as I can. Let's see. We're going to ask what's going on your side, what's going on your personal side, and then we're going to ask what's coming up in the mutual energy. Okay, this is for Aries. I'm feeling pulled to do this pull in a little bit of a different way today. So I'm just going to go like this. What's going on with Aries? What's going on with Aries person? Okay, Aries. I feel like your person is a complicated person to deal with. This is an interesting person that you're dealing with here. Okay, so you on your side, you're like trying to get to know more about this person, whoever it is that you're connecting with. It's like, yeah, you're sort of studying this person right now to see like what they're all about. I have a feeling it's because of how they're showing up. But I feel like you're maintaining emotional balance, Aries. Well, and that would be very Aries of you because Aries, you know, are usually very balanced about the way that they do things. So this makes sense about the learning and about staying like emotionally balanced. It's like you're not spilling out of the cracks. You're feeling a lot of feelings here, right? But you're not sort of like out of control with the feelings, but you're touching the feelings. You're not afraid of the feelings. But you might be holding back a little bit, because you feel like you want to know more, that there's more that you need to know. There is a Four of Wands here, so you are looking at this connection and feeling like it has the potential for a long-term, well-aligned union here. Your person, Aries, is interesting. Your person, first of all, might be very attractive. The King of Wands here. They might come across as passionate, but also I feel like your person is trying to be very stoic. With a King of Wands here and a Queen of Swords here, it's like they're trying to show up like nothing bothers them, and that might be throwing you off a little bit. But under the surface, a lot is bothering this person. They have a whole Five of Swords. This person is in their damn head. But also, by the way, King of Wands and Queen of Wands both can show up wearing a mask, right? King of Wands, so this person might, they may not be like really showing up in the way that you want them to show up. They may not be showing you vulnerability, if that makes sense. But this person like wears a false mask. This person doesn't show you that they're like disturbed under the surface. It's almost like this person's acting like that they don't have emotions here. It's like they're showing up like very sort of almost analytical and like not expressing a lot, but they have like a lot under the surface going on. They're in their head. This person is an overthinker that you're dealing with. They're like in their head, not expressing enough emotion and sort of almost dry, if you will. This card comes across sometimes. This King of Wands is very dry. This person might be sort of showing you like almost like they don't need this connection. But this is like a front. This person is in their head. It's almost like there's just so much energy coming across for me right now, like that this person is showing up like, oh, I don't care, I could take this or leave this. Almost like they're giving you their back, like they don't care, but underneath the surface they really do care, because they feel there's King of Wands and a Queen of Wands here. So they feel like a lot of passion about you, but I don't think they're showing you. I don't think they're showing you what's going on under the surface. Do I love when people show up not with an authentic face? Not really. But if it's an overthinker, that could definitely be why. But I don't know why this Eight of Cups is showing up in this energy right now of like this person is sort of faking you out in a way. Not like a really deceptive way, but they're just trying to appear really strong. Like, I don't need you. Like that type of energy. But meanwhile, in their head, they're just like freaking the F out in their head. Like thinking, overthinking. But how they're showing up on the outside is very like tough. Like they don't need anything from anyone, but they do. They do. They feel a heavy amount of attraction towards you. With King and Queen of Wands here, holy smokes, like they're feeling a lot of fire. They may not be used to that. They may not be used to a well-balanced emotional person. Maybe throwing this person off. I feel like this person is in a lot of pride and ego, if that makes sense. So I don't even know how to like put a finger on like whether your person has the ability to show up authentically in this connection, but it's not my favorite, pride and ego. So I'm not going to say like, oh, this person feels all this passion under the surface. Be patient. I don't know about that. Like if somebody's not showing up and giving you expression, authentic expression, you know, I mean, how we can have grace for people, compassion for people when they're stuck in their heads, but if they will not crack open and show us what's going on underneath, that makes it really tough. So this person's going to be a little bit of a tough nut to crack. They have a lot of ego going on. They have a willingness to show you like they don't need you. But meanwhile, underneath, they're like all about it. It's all they can think about. Let's see what's coming up in the mutual energy. It's a really interesting person that you're dealing with. It must be kind of frustrating, Aries. I'm not gonna lie. They look like a frustrating person to deal with. I'm not saying they're not a good person. I'm not downing your person, but they look like a tough nut to crack. They look like someone I would have had energy to deal with in my youth, but not now. But you know, I'm not here to tell you what to do, Aries. That just looks like a frustrating person. It's coming up in the mutual energy. It's coming up in the mutual energy. Oh, wow. Okay, listen. Maybe this tough nut is going to get it together after all. A lot of goodness here. You got a Two of Cups. This is a harmonious union. It looks like there's going to be some kind of shift in perspective. I don't know, Aries, if your balance is going to balance this person out, because there's a whole Hanged Man here. There's a whole shift in perspective. There's well-aligned union indicated here. It makes sense on your person's side. There was a King and Queen of Wands, which would mean a well-suited couple in terms of passion, intimacy, things like that. So, you know, you may be very well aligned to each other, but your person's gonna have to they're gonna have to get into Hanged Man and get their perspective together, because they need to kind of throw off the mask. But I almost want to say that it looks like they might let their guard down here, because this is a Two of Cups kind of energy. You've got long-term commitment indicated here in the outcomes. King of Pentacles is like a stable, long-term commitment. And it's interesting with Seven of Pentacles. It's almost like in the upcoming energy is like a whole shift. It's a whole shift. Like as confusing as your person was in the beginning is as confusing as the outcomes are here. So, you know, but it doesn't make a lot of sense that a person will like quickly change out of that type of energy. But you know, I guess it's possible. You know your person, so you know what type of energy you're dealing with. It just could be a person who isn't used to being vulnerable, isn't used to letting their guard down, isn't used to showing people how they really feel. So they put on a front of like a brave front of like, I don't really need anybody. But that, I feel like that person's going to be dropping all of the facade, because there's going to be a shift in perspective, and it's just leading straight into a long-term commitment. And it's a new, passionate new beginning. You guys have a lot of fire in this connection. I want to say, like, there's a lot of wands, there's a lot of passion, not only on the physical plane, but on the mental plane. There's a lot of passion. You've got a High Priestess here. This is like, especially with the Seven of Pentacles, okay? There's like a lot of room to grow here in this connection. I think you're going to see a lot of growth in this connection. This is like like fertile ground, if that makes sense. Like, and not, I don't mean in terms of babies. I mean in terms of like where beautiful things can grow. And then you've got the reading ending out on this Seven of Pentacles, where there are roots to this thing. There are more roots than there is tree. In the tree that this man is tending to. So that means that like this has a good foundation. This is like in the mutual energy. So this is both of you putting in the work to nurture this connection and grow this connection, but it's not a surface connection. This thing has roots. This thing has legs. It's nice. Like Seven of Pentacles, I love for the outcome for any love reading, just because this is like a settling in and doing the work, but it's doing the work in a way that has sustainability, because there's so many roots there. There's such a good foundation. So, you know, one thing I'll say is if your person's not showing up in vulnerability, a way that you can kind of break somebody out of not being vulnerable is for you to show up in your vulnerability. So that just entails like you talking a little bit about your feelings, but doesn't involve like, oh, I feel this way about what you do. No, it's just simply stating how you feel. Like, I feel scared, I feel sad, I feel loving, I feel whatever it is that you're feeling, just name it out loud to this person, and it will create a safer space where this person can then open up, Aries, and show you, you know, their authentic feelings. Like sometimes we have to create safe space for someone to throw off the mask and let down their guard and be vulnerable and open up and talk about their feelings. And the pathway to that is a lot of times us beginning the conversation when it comes to talking about authentic feelings, but keeping it very in the eye. But when you're able to feel safe with your emotions, then you allow the other person a space where then they will trust you with their emotions, because if you feel safe with your own emotions, then it makes them naturally trust you with their emotions, to open up and share. So hopefully this person's going to crack open and show you their real, you know, what's really going on the inside. It looks like it. It looks like they will. There's a lot of beauty in the potential outcome here, Aries. So that is your reading. Hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow the channel. And if it didn't, you can always watch your sun, moon, and rising. You might find more resonance in your other placements. But yeah, thank you so much for coming out and receiving this reading today and for supporting the channel. All right, take care, Aries.